Hey guys, welcome back. Today, in this session, we will be making our very first project. In this project, we are going to make use of all the knowledge we have gained in our HTML course to create a very beautiful web page. We'll try our best to make it more attractive. Although we have not yet learned CSS, Cascadian Styling Sheets, we will make our project look very better once we start learning CSS. For now, let's focus on the HTML or the core of the web page and let's start. So what are portfolio websites? As you can see, these websites are a few examples of the portfolio website of a few people. As you can see, they have their projects, they have the info, they have the contact, and you can see over here there is uh, a lot of projects which have been done. There are repos and you can click on the links, and so these websites showcase how you have built or how much you know about web development and are very important to have a portfolio website. So let's start learning to build these websites from our knowledge on HTML. So let's begin. Let's switch to Visual Studio Code. Let me just create a new place to add things and it will be project 1. Let me add a always start off with the index page HTML, how the industry standards work. Let me just make a HTML file and let me change it to my page. So most of the portfolio websites you see would have few things in common. One would be a home page, two would be a projects page, three would be an about us, about me, or an info page, and 4 or 5 would be the contact page where you can contact them through various links. So let's start building these ones. So one, we have an index page. Next we are going to have a info.html page. Next we are going to have a contact.html page. Next, the important one, those are the projects.html page. Let's Let me just increase the font size so that it's visible to everyone. I guess now it is more visible to everyone. Okay, now after that, let me just do the same thing. Let me just copy this to all of the pages like this and like this. Okay, and let's just rename a few things over here. Over here it's info. Here it is contact, and here projects. Okay, now we have our setup for the projects folder. Now let's start working on our project from here on. In the index.html page, you should be there should be links to visit these pages. So let's start. Let me just run this index.html by open server. Okay, now you can see over here. Let me start off with a heading. Says hello guys, welcome to my page, like this. Next, let's now that is done, let me put a h2. Let me just how about let me just start putting. Okay, let's see what people have put in their web page so we get a better idea. Over here, let's put in the name. Okay, just Nutan. I'm a web developer and Python web developer for now, and ML intern. Yeah, this looks like a pretty simple web page. Let's not too complex or not too. That'll be just a very small page. And okay, now next, we have not added any type of CSS. We are just making it a very simple page. Next, let me just add an unordered list UL. You guys remember UL, right? Unordered list UL, and in that, let's link all of them, being starting off with the info, and let this be in a href stating the info.html. Now let's copy this and just add in, and let that be equals to, after info you can have the projects. After projects you can have the contacts.html. Let me just make changes to these. This is PRO projects, and this, and here you can make it as contact me. Okay, looks kind of a web page. Now what we have to do is just copy this to all the web pages. No, let's wait. Okay, here are our web pages. So it's basically a very small web page like this. So when you can go to these contact me over here. Okay, now let's start off with the info. Here you can write in about yourself. Let's say, hey guys, I am Nutan, web applications and how to make them. Okay, this much be more than enough. Let me just make it h2 rather than h1, and let me close this off over here. Let's make it as h3, opening over here, and let's do this. Okay, now let's go to the info part. Okay, this has been done over here. You can add in your pictures, or you can add in the images of yourself and make it more attractive to the person. For now, let's keep it very simple and let's continue with our thing. So at the last, we would like the person to go back. So this would be necessary to add this like this, and make sure you remove this projects link and make remove that. Add one for index.html so that the person can go back home to the home page, not home. home page. So that is done. So now the person can switch between the home page and the info page. Now let us come to projects page. Okay, in the projects, if when you're building websites, the project space is very important, as the person would be looking in this particular field to get information about you. So let's go to the projects page. Start off with a H1, saying that here are my projects. So as projects are ordered list and can have links, let's make them like that. So it is a UL. Oh, let's make it an OL. Let's make it an OL, and let's start with LI. So let's say the first project you have done could be a very simple. Um, what do you say? Time or clock, and you could have done weather app. You could have done a calculator. You could have completed a what is a few more examples, like could have made an AI bot, and you could have done something related to image classification. So many things like that. So these could be your projects. If you come to project space, as you can see, the project page has started to load up, and once these are there, you can add links to them, so that once you click over here to take you to the GitHub repository of where you kept your project and showcase that. So over here also we will just copy the things from here and let's add it over here. We need the home page, we need the info page, we need the contact page. Projects page can be removed and makes complete sense, right? Oops, I guess I made a mistake over here, and this should be projects. Projects, okay. So we got our, it looks pretty much very basics and it is very basic web page as well, but we are still learning things and we are learning about how to use HTML. So these are the ways in which people start off with building their web pages. It might be very simple. Now how about, let's say, let's add a background color to it, style, and let's say background color to be, let's say, a little bit of this. Let's go to the info. Okay, now looks a little bit better, and let's make the this to be a different color. We can do that. Let's copy this color to everywhere. That let's come to the home page. At the home page you can do the same thing by saying style equals to and paste this. Okay, you the page looks a little bit nice and better than a simple white page. You can add pictures over here of your projects. Over here, especially when you come to the project session, you can add pictures of your project over here. Let me just make the same for this. Yep, and that's kind of the project or your web page taking. We are taking baby steps and we are still making a great progress. So you can have a tap on your back. Congratulations. Okay, now this part has been done. Now we have still a lot to do. So we have our page which takes us to, let's go back to the home page. We have a contact me page. Okay, over here we are going to use a unordered list to give links for your GitHub repo, for your, let's say, Stack Overflow, and you guys might be familiar with lead code if you have been practicing for DSA. And let's give our Instagram handles, LinkedIn handles. Okay, now let's go to the contact me page, and here you can see things have started to take place. Once you can link your GitHub, Stack Overflow, lead code, Instagram, LinkedIn handles over here by using the href tag, so that you can do that. And let me just copy the parts which are required. This, okay, we don't need the contact me page. Let me just remove that, and let's add a info page from some place. Let's say over here. Let's just copy the info page and paste it over here. Okay, now we have the home page, projects info. Let's go back to the home. So this is how we started off our project 1, where we have built a very basic application, basic web page where you can see about it, and 4 projects contact me. In the future, we will be working on this web page and making it more and more attractive and more responsive, that any person who will be visiting our web page can, it could be mesmerized by how beautiful the web page is. So that's all for today, guys. This was a very quick session where you could use a lot of your skills. Now you can start by adding an image of yourself over here, by applying image and making it a circle, by using the border size options. You can do a lot more. I would be teaching you the very basics and would be letting you to explore the further things. So thank you, guys. See you in the next class. We will be starting to learn our CSS journey and making this a little bit more and more attractive than just a few words on the screen. We make it more attractive and a little bit more dynamic. So let's get back in the next session where we start off with CSS. Thank you, guys. See you next time.